Hey everybody, that was freaking loud, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, it was.
Welcome.
Hi.
Another episode. Another episode of Howling at Life coming at you, everybody. We got Frankie the Monster in-house.
What up, squad?
Hey, how you doing? How you doing? Wolfpack out there. It's 2 days after Thanksgiving, and I'm still fat.
Yes.
So I did not eat that much, bro.
Yeah, neither did I. I only had one plate.
Liar, dog. So did you?
Yes.
One plate? Not me. I had like a lot of plates.
Damn.
I had one plate at a time. No, but I mean, I didn't eat till the end of the day and stuff that. So it was really it was like, are we gonna fucking eat? Fuck, bro. But it was fine. It was good. So I had a plate, then I had a dessert plate, then I went back and had like a half a plate, and I was like, all right, I'm good. Okay. Like it wasn't like I fucking kept.
Right.
But then leftover, we get it. Leftover and stuff. So all that kind of stuff was going on. But hey, hopefully you got through your Thanksgiving. You enjoyed some food, enjoyed some company with some loved ones, man. I'm hoping y'all did. But we are here for another episode of Howling at Life.
Yes.
Oh yeah. So we got Frankie in the house. We got stuff going on. A lot of announcements. Some recaps of blah. Some movie reviews going on. And then of course topic. But I think what I want to do is I want to kind of go into the topic first before we get into all this other stuff.
Yes.
Just because I want to get a good meat and portion. I know last one most of it was movie review. I do want to say a couple things here, and since we don't have the. Hey, how you doing? Hey. I do want to thank everybody that. Hey, fucker, okay, calm down, dude. I do want to thank everybody. Did I do that again? I do want to thank everybody that watched the last episode, and I want to thank.
Yes.
Let me see what we got going on here. Let me go in here again, because I'm gonna mess this up. Chio? I think it's Chio. I always pronounce her name wrong. But at Chibik. Anyways, Chio. Because I always used to say like Chayo, but it's not. It's Chio. Like Cheeto. That's I think she told me to remember it. But she said something great about our last podcast, I believe, about being thankful. I want to thank you so much for your wonderful words on there. That's great what you posted on there in comments. And if anybody else wants to kind of get a shout out for any comments or whatever you got going on, please make sure that you fucking comment and stuff like that. We're kind of constant on our views, but if you can, make sure that you watch, like, comment, and share. Okay, share. Of course, subscribe, but also you want to make sure that you're sharing everybody, right? All the wonderful things that are going on. Yes. But let's get into some topic a little bit. So, one of the things that me and kind of Frankie were talking about as we were talking about our Thanksgivings and stuff like that, a lot of people were asking me, how was your Thanksgiving? And you know what I realized? My Thanksgiving was great because how simple it was.
Yes.
It was very relaxing. It was very, there was no rushing. Even though that I went to work on Friday, right? Like there was really nothing going on, dog, at work. So it was just really chill. Today was chill. It was good hanging out with you today, bro.
Yes.
Tomorrow I'm going to be tattooing myself because I already cut my hair. So I'm thankful. I waited a whole fucking month.
Nice.
But I trimmed the beard and cut the hair and stuff like that. So I'm good to go. But I really did enjoy, and then like tomorrow I'm just tattooing myself and putting up some Christmas decorations outside and stuff. So a very, very simple day. But I wanted to kind of talk about this as we're rolling in. We are filming this on Saturday, that way I can pop it out early. Yes. And there's going to be some other things that'll be going on, like, December's coming up on Monday, and Christmas is coming up, and all sorts of stuff that's happening, right, with that going on. But I wanted to talk about enjoying the simplicity.
Oh, yes.
Okay, enjoying the simplicity. So that'll be our topic for today. Enjoying the simplicity. Enjoying the simplicity. When Frank was, watch out from working out, 30 minutes, and like 2 hours of eating.
I know. We're like 4.
Yeah. When I was talking with Frankie about, the whole thing, you know, with Thanksgiving and whatever, and everybody's been asking me, like I said,
Yeah.
you know, it wasn't that there was major, I ate a lot or whatever. It was just very simple. And you know, it might be me getting older. It might be the fact that maybe, you know, there's a lot of stuff in my life going on right now that I'm enjoying my downtime, bro.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Thank you for everybody that reaches out and you know, belated Thanksgiving to everybody.
Yep.
And stuff like that. If I didn't reach out to you, you know what I mean? But I'm enjoying the simplicity of my life, bro. You know what I mean? And I think the fact is, like, even you were kind of mentioning how, you know, your Thanksgiving was kind of simple.
Yes.
And I just enjoyed it, man. Like, it was simple at work on Friday. Today was a simple day. We fucking chopped it up. I chopped up, you know, cut my hair a little bit, showered up. We went to the movie, went work out afterwards, right after at the park afterwards, which was a great workout session.
Yep.
We should do that more often. You know, get a little workout and then go to the movie or something. You know what I mean? Kind of a deal.
Hell yeah.
And then enjoy the second movie. Now we're doing the podcast and stuff. Just very simple. Even coming in, you know, very simple. I think that for me, the simplicity is what I enjoyed the most about the Thanksgiving for me.
I gotta agree with you on that. You know what I mean? It was very simple, dude. The fact over, like I said, you know, I don't know if you know, but fortunately, Wolfpack, my oven at home doesn't work, so.
We
took the turkey over to my sisters and went over there. But it was so simple due to the fact, and like the thing that, you know, that I was really proud, and shout out to my brother, Kevin, is that he fucking joined us, man. He was eager to come out with us.
I'll give him a little cheer. I'll take a little Kevy Kev.
Yeah, man, you know what I mean? And I enjoy that, you know, that he brought out his girlfriend, you know, too. Because, you know, she's very, you know, at home and doesn't come out and in her shell. But the fact that he was able to bring her out and you know, share with us. My sister was there. We were there. We were cooking. Simple. Watching football. Enjoying my nephews. It was very simple, dude. And the fact that I enjoyed the most is being around the family, you know, my family. And just being there and just having a simple thing. It was comfortable and it was peaceful, bro. I ain't going to lie.
Yeah, I enjoy that. Hell yeah. Let's get a little round of applause for that.
Yes.
2 paw prints up for that.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And like I said, I don't know why, like, in the last couple of months, there's been a lot of things that have been kind of, I mean, there's a lot of stuff going on, but everything's kind of been falling into place. It's been very simple. It's been very, you know, everything's streamlined. I'm going to be getting some, I'll probably order all this stuff tonight. I got to call my folks tonight about planning for the Christmas vacation that we're taking to Vegas and stuff like that. But, you know, I've enjoyed the last, maybe since October, the beginning of October, maybe the end of September. Just everything's kind of been very simple, falling into place. Everything's been like, and I've been enjoying that, man. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Thanksgiving was just cool to just relax, bro. Like, because everything's, the next couple weekends, I really don't have much going on at all. There's nothing on the books. Let's just put it that way. And it's cool going into like the holiday season. So I can finish off these 2 classes, these 2 weeks of these classes, and then just enjoy a month off of school. Just have to do the work and just simple and just beautiful. Enjoy the holidays, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, really. And I think, I don't know if it's me because I'm getting older or whatever, or maybe just the fact is, you know, it takes a lot of energy, man, to be responsible and handle everything, whatever. That when I get that downtime, it's just, it's so refreshing, man. Like, you know, I'm enjoying it more, dude. You know what I mean? I'm like enjoying it. You know, part of the thing that I'm talking about simplicity is not like you ain't got shit going on, okay? I'm gonna tell you right now, a lot of y'all who listen to this are probably busy in your life, or you're probably stressed out, or you're trying to handle some shit or whatever. That's not that. Kudos to all of you for that.
Yep.
But it's just, sometimes it's enjoying like the little things. Sometimes it's just the fact that there's no drama in your life. There's no dramatic people. There's no draining people in your life. Just everything's just simple, man. People I hang out with is just simple. I got invited to a Thanksgiving party and I couldn't make it, you know, whatever. I was like, yeah, can't go this time. All right, cool. Simple answer, bro. I didn't have to, well, you know, it's because, you know, Aquarius is in retrograde, and, you know what I mean? It's because of tariffs and whatever. You know, I didn't have to go on a big old story, just simple.
Right.
Some of my responses have been simple. It's just enjoying the simplicity, bro. I think it's for me, it's kind of new. I always want like more, but I've been noticing how much I'm actually enjoying a lot of the little things in my life, downtime. You know, like when we were hanging out this morning, right? Just hanging with the dogs, bro. Just chopping it up. After our workout, we're kind of chopping it up at the park a little bit. Yeah. Simple. That was it. Just me and you. That was it. Chopping it up. You know, getting caught up with shit, whatever. It was beautiful. You know what I mean? That's like it's more meaningful.
Yeah, and I gotta piggyback on that with you too. You know what I mean? I think in general, bro, and I agree with you on this. I think as the more as we're getting older, the more that we start to enjoy our simplicity. You know what I mean? One thing that you said that I feel that that sometimes that we forget as human beings is that I know that we're always busy on the go, go, go. This, that, kids, family, work, job, school, whatever. But you know what? Also, too, take the time to enjoy the journey from point A to point B on your way to wherever it is you're going. Also remember that.
Look at Frank coming out some heat today.
Yes.
Somebody told me a while ago that, if you don't, and I've said this before, but somebody told me a while ago, like, if you don't have a half an hour for yourself a day, then you got to rechange, you got to get a different life, bro.
Ooh, yeah.
Not like you got to do it all in one shot, but like 15 minutes here, 15 minutes there, 10 minutes here, 10 minutes, whatever the hell it is. But if you don't have at least a half an hour for yourself, just for you time, your life is way too busy, bro. You know what I'm saying? And you're not giving yourself the self-care that you need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That downtime. And so simplicity, like, I think it was Friday, like, I was just beat, bro. Like, so many hours of not doing shit. I mean, working.
Yeah, working.
I came home and took a nap. I put on my Spotify, the deep sleep, fucking the music they throw and shit. And, it's just on a loop and stuff. And I went, pop, and I was out, bro. I was out for like an hour and a half. Deep sleep, bro. Just pop. I woke up, I was like, oh, what do I do? Because I didn't have nothing planned. I was supposed to tattoo, but it didn't come through. I kind of figured it. I was hoping it didn't come through, actually. But then when it didn't, I was like, all right, cool. I'm just gonna enjoy a meal and some TV time, and and it was good, bro. And the reason I think that I'm enjoying the simplicity, and I don't know if anybody here, if your life's chaotic and whatever, you know what I mean? Like, I get it. But at the end of the day, though, right? Some of us have had really chaotic lives before.
Oh yeah.
I remember when my life was very chaotic before, bro. You know what I'm saying? I remember when I was really struggling, right? And like today, I'm not. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm looking around my pad. I'm looking. I got people in my life. I got people that check up on me, my wolf pack, and friends and family and everybody that's in my life. And you know what I mean? Just simple stuff like it. It's not a lot, bro. Just a simple text. Today's my brother's birthday, so happy birthday, carnal. My oldest sibling, Jaime, it's his birthday today. And tomorrow's his wife's birthday. So happy pre-birthday,
nice. Happy birthday.
But I think the thing is that, like, just a simple text, like, it's meaningful today, right? I think that a lot of the simple things today have more meaning to me, bro.
I think you're right on that, dude. I think I think another thing is that also too that I've learned too is that not to take the simple small things for granted. You know what I mean? Because you never know, what can happen. You know what I mean? That's why I always cherish the small moments, and every moment that I get to spend time with him or family or whoever it is that's and meaningful in my life. It's just the simple things that I get to enjoy today. As much as like today we hung out, nothing big. You know what I mean? You also were talking about stressing out. You know what I mean? Today in life, I remember those days where I had nothing going on for my life, but I was struggling and stressing the fuck out. You know what I mean? And it's because I didn't have no peace and I have no tranquility in my life. Today, I cherish that shit and I value that shit today because today we have that. We're gentlemen of peace today.
Oh, look at that. Frank's coming with some heat today.
Yes.
See? 2 movies and he comes with heat. So they gave him some chicken wings and shit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Fuck. I know they're good. That barbecue's good. No, but I think you're right. I think the fact is like, I not that I'm reflecting, bro, but you said something right now earlier about enjoying the journey from point A to point B. It took a long time to get from point A to point B, motherfucker. I'll be honest with you, for some people.
Yeah.
And especially for us, bro, in our histories and stuff.
Yep.
And, I do remember when it was struggling. I do remember, like, when I wasn't working or I couldn't contribute or I couldn't, pitch in for the Thanksgiving dinner or, I really was, like, feeling, like, low or I felt like a failure because I couldn't do more. And lately, I just haven't felt like that way, man. You know what I mean? I'm enjoying what I can do. Like, Christmas is going to be very simple. It's simple gifts this year, but they're meaningful, and I'm cool with that, bro. Like, in the center of my heart, I always want to do more because a lot of the people in my life, like you, the Monster Squad, the Wolfpack, my friends and families, I wish I could do more. You know what I mean? I wish I could just throw, like, $1,000 on everybody and be like, fuck, I love you that much and more.
Right.
But I financially is not possible. So, I got to be able to do it with, my sentiment. I got to be able to do it with my gratitude. I got to be able to just like sit back and reflect of like, my life is pretty good today, man. You know what I mean? Like there might be some things here and there that, I wish there would be more of, or I wish I could have this and that, but I'm not really focusing on it today, bro. So, the fact is, it's like, the equation is very simple. It's not complicated. I just feel like it's simple math right now, bro. And I'm all right with that. I understand that. But before, my life used to be like fucking trigonometry and shit. Like x plus y equals m over n to the square root of O. Fucking what? Like there's not even a number in that shit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Solve for x. There's not even x in the equation.
Exactly. It's like, how the fuck you get x?
I got a lot of x's. But, I think the fact is, like, I'm not creating more drama. I'm not creating more stress. I'm not creating more things in my life. Even though it'd be nice to have other things, it's not necessary. Like, I could just sit back like I have enough. You know what I mean? And I think in that gratitude, in that simplicity of where my life's at today, even though, like I said, I do a lot of things. Y'all that listen to this, y'all know, once we get to the announcements, you know what I'm fucking talking about. And if you ever listen to the show, like, fuck, this motherfucker's always busy. But the thing is, like, there are a lot of simple things going on that are just filling in the spots, and it's enough, bro. And I always felt like there was a void, right? That there was something that I had to fill it with, whether it was drugs, women, fucking whatever, right?
Yes.
A job, a sense of purpose, but finances, but whatever, money. And like today, I'm feeling solid today in my life, bro. You know what I mean? Where like everything's okay. You know what I mean? And just kind of clearing a lot of that stuff out, a lot of the excess pressure, a lot of the excess stress and struggles. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I always like to pay shit off. But now I'm making payments on my dental surgery and the dog surgery and, stuff like that. And I'm like, and it's okay. Right. You know what I mean? Like, I have enough. Like, I'll be cool. You know what I mean? I'll be where I'm going to be at the end of the year with my finances and just with everything else. And, like, all the presents are bought. It's a few of them have to still be wrapped. And that's it. I mean, I think the fact is like, I'm not adding that extra pressure, man, in my life. And it's making everything really enjoyable. Yeah. You know what I mean? Lately, like, it really is. Like, I wasn't like, oh, why am I eating so late and how this? I should have done more. I was like, fuck it, dog. I've earned my downtime, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've earned to just relax and just, have a day or whatever the case is and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? That's been a beautiful thing for me lately, bro. And I don't know if Thanksgiving kind of brought it out a little bit more for me. Because I know there's a lot of people struggling out there, bro. Yeah. I know this girl that was at a meeting this week that I went to, and she's like, trying to get on her feet. She's trying to go to school for counseling, actually, or a peer specialist or something. Yeah. But she's living in a shelter. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I'm not. Like, I do have a roof over my head. I do have the lights that turn on. The bills are fucking paid, blah, blah. There's still money in the bank to enjoy life. And like I said, the gifts are over and I'm still able to do a little bit more here and there. And like, life's okay today, dog. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's chill. So I don't know. It's just been this trippy thing, I think, for Thanksgiving where it kind of showed me, man, like, I was able to reflect back and just be like, yeah, my life doesn't really need too much more right now, man. You know what I mean? And that's a good feeling to have, bro. Because like I said, I always had that void that I kind of felt. And I don't know if anybody out there, if you have like this void of like, I have to show up and I have to do more and I have to do this. And you just kind of feel like you're never really satisfied with that, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And I don't have that today, which is a great feeling. But that simplicity is helping, man.
Yeah, no, I totally agree with you, man. That simplicity always works, man. You know what I mean? I know exactly what you're talking about, that feeling that fucking void, with drugs, alcohol, man, and women,
Man, he said it. He said, man, it's here first. Watch out. Let's go ahead. He said, man, everybody. He said, man, we finally got Frankie. Yeah. We finally got Frankie. Yes. We finally got Frankie to admit.
Sponsor over here. But anyways,
we finally got Frankie to admit he's out of the closet. You heard it here first, everybody. Yes.
Supposedly sponsor here.
I'm giving thanks. He finally said men and women, but yeah, I get it, bro. Enough meth. I get it, bro.
Yes, Wolfpack, men, women, whatever it is, you know what I mean? Don't matter. But you know what I mean? The fact is that, you know what I mean, when you try and fill that void, man, you know what I mean? Like, it sucks because of the fact that, you're trying to do everything and anything to, keep yourself busy, but inside you fucking are dead. You don't feel, like he said, you don't feel fulfilled. You know what I mean? And nowadays, personally me, I feel fulfilled today, you know what I mean? With, work, busy, and all this stuff. But at the same time, I'm also fulfilling my own life with me time, doing me things, setting up little small goals also, you know what I mean? But at the same time, also, I got to step back and remember and realize that, I got to cherish all the small moments because of the fact that, this is where exactly that, this is where my life is heading. So I got to remember to appreciate, not just the journey, but the people also in my life today.
Ooh, Frankie comes with some heat. Because he came out of the closet. It's so simple. Just come out of the closet, Frankie. He's already said it.
Yeah.
No, but I think it is, man. I think, a lot of times we complicate things, right? So the opposite of simplicity is complication.
Yes.
Right? Now, like I said, all of us have responsibilities. We got lives. We got things that we got to get ourselves to comply with, right?
Right.
But I think it's that added pressure, bro. It's the lack of gratitude. It's the lack of being able to be appreciative of the little things that we have in life, man. And like I said, you can always use more. I get that. But I was telling somebody this the other day. I said, you know what? If I gave somebody $5,000 and they're not even happy with like $5, you know what I mean? Like, then what the fuck would more money do? You'd have more money, you still wouldn't be grateful.
Nope.
You know what I'm saying? Like, if you can't be grateful for $5, why the fuck am I gonna give you 5,000?
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing. Like, we always want more, but are you even fucking grateful or appreciative for what the fuck you got?
Ooh. Yes.
Like I said, like this week, you know what I mean? Like when it was Thanksgiving, a couple people shot me texts. I shot them back, and it was simple. That was it, and that was enough, bro. Like I felt like fulfilled, man. That was great. You know what I mean? Knowing people. And before I had to be like, man, I gotta fucking make sure I fucking hit all these people up and whatever. And I made myself a decision. I said, you know what? If they hit me up, I'm hitting them back, bro. Because this is my day to rest, bro. Like I gotta work the next fucking day.
Right.
And it was enough. Not that I don't fucking like wish everybody happy Thanksgiving and shit or blah blah blah, but. You know, I used to post on fucking Facebook and for the validation and you know what I mean, to get all the numbers and the likes and shit. But I didn't have to do that. You know what I mean? Like during my birthday, you know, this earlier this month, you know, I got like over 150 people hitting me happy birthdays and shit on Facebook. And I was like, thank you, man. Like, you know, every single one. I love when it's above 100 though. I'm always counting, motherfucker. I love that. But you know, I don't need thousands and thousands of fucking followers, 1,000 things. Just the simple things. Like this podcast, it's simple. We do it in my fucking dining room, bro. That's it. You know, it's two of us talking, or you know, me and the other guest, or just me and alone. You know, we're howling at life little by little, and somebody's gonna fucking enjoy what we got. You know, we get some comments here and there. We get, you know, I see the views, right? It's not like we're getting, you know, 40,000, 50,000 followers or anything, but
it would be
it's
nice.
Enough. It'd be great, dog. Finance this motherfucker, dog, right? But at the same time, I'm just glad that I do it and I put it out there, and that's it. You know what I mean? Like, one biggest thing that complicates us is expectations.
Ooh.
Right? Expectations, everybody.
Yes, I agree.
If you're gonna give out of the kindness of your fucking heart, don't expect nothing back.
Exactly.
You're doing it because you're a good person, not because you're trying to be like, you know, tell people, oh, look what I did, and, you know, I'm such a good person. Exactly. If you gotta fucking tell people what a good person you are, you ain't that good of a person, motherfucker. You know what I mean? Yeah. Because it should just be the kindness of your heart. It should be that just the person you are. It should be just the person that, you know, you're showing to the world out of just you being fucking a righteous person. You know what I mean? And if you're not, then you know what? You're just trying to get motherfucking attention, bro.
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And the one thing about attention is you can never get enough.
Oh, right. Exactly.
You know? And don't get me wrong, I'm an attention whore. Don't get me wrong. I have been in the past. That was my get-go. But you know what? Lately, it hasn't been that big of a deal, bro. Like, you know, I got some things popping up for next year already. Oh, yeah. The end of this year still got it going. But things are kind of lining up, like I've been saying. And it just... It's a beautiful fucking feeling when you get to look back at your life and just be like, you know what? It's simple, but it's full of depth. You know what I mean? It's full of some good shit, though, dog. You know what I mean? Because I don't know about you, bro. Have you ever had a chance or a time in your life when, like, around this time of the year where, like, you had everything and you still feel like you didn't have enough or you didn't have anything?
Yeah.
Like you felt empty?
So I still felt empty, alone, and I felt like I wasn't enough. I felt, you know, that, you know, I was still missing something, even though that everything was great, food, family, me, I was okay, shelter, but I was still missing something, you know what I mean? And like he said, I feel like we have that depth in us today now, you know what I mean? Because we were blessed enough, you know, to be where we were at, and now to be on this side of the fence, you know what I mean? So I feel like for us that we talk about that, You know, there's death behind us, like you talk about. You know, I also believe that, you know, by showing your actions brings out your true character. You know what I mean? Your characteristics. You know, I always, you know what I mean. Like he said, you know, if you have to go and tell people and boast about the good things you did, you might need to check yourself. You know what I mean? You know, we do things, you know, from the kindness of our heart, not to expect anything in return, not, you know, to boast, not to show off, nothing for that. I'll be honest, Wolfpack. I do it when I have to, because I most likely know what that person's gone through because I've been there. You know what I mean? And for me, when I give out, you know what I mean? I give out from the kindness of my heart because I know what that person's gone through. I've been in their shoes, you know what I mean? Whatever they're going through, I've been through that, you know, been through what they are, you know? So every time that I give out from the kindness of my heart, I give out because I know what it feels like to be on that side of the fucking fence. You know what I mean?
But you know, even the thing is, bro, like, you know, a lot of times, especially this time of year, we get really wrapped up in gifts and blah, blah, whatever. And you don't know how much somebody would appreciate just a text or a call.
Oh, hell yeah.
You know what I mean? Or something simple. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, if that's not enough in your heart, you got to figure out why it's not enough for you, man. Why those little things that you can do for somebody, why it's not enough. Sometimes people text me or I text people back, and that's it. Like, have a great day, bro. And like, you know, that means a lot, bro. And that's it. It's just a simple couple seconds. You throw a text, fucking. You know, sometimes I copy and paste the text because there's a lot of you motherfuckers hitting me up. But I try to customize them, bro. You know what I mean? That's what we do, bro. You know what I mean? And, but it means the world to somebody, especially, you know, I've had some people this week that were struggling, and they're like, hey, man, can you talk? I said, give me 5 minutes, bro. And then I would chop it up with them for like 15 minutes. They're like, thank you so much, man. And then they got through the day. One of my sponsees was like that, and he was able to stay sober. He's got 42 days right now.
Good. Thank God,
congrats to him. But as simple as just reaching out, man, or just say, hey, good morning, man. I hope you have a good day, or whatever the case is, man. You know, a simple prayer, a simple this. Sometimes even enjoying a simple meal, man. Like, I know we had the Thanksgiving and all the fucking but we had enough, bro. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't missing anything, bro. You know what I mean? Like, I was able to appreciate just the meal. You know what I'm saying? Like a simple fucking meal. You know what I mean? I'm all right with that. Because I do remember, like, when it was like to, like, not eat. Or like, you know what I mean? Like I didn't have food, or like I was struggling, or I was going to food banks, or whatever the fuck.
Or sitting down eating a meal alone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You know, so it's these little random acts of kindness and these actions we can do allow us to have a more grateful perspective. You know what I mean?
I like that. Yes.
And the thing is, I think that being able to live that way, right, can help you out through this holiday season. Because I always tell people this holiday season, there's a lot of suicide, there's a lot of fucking addiction, there's a lot of fucking like loneliness and depression. There's a lot of shit that can fucking complicate stress, responsibilities, finances, man. You know, there's a lot of things that could really fucking complicate the shit out of your holiday season. And I always tell people, we're going to go into the Bermuda Triangle, the little trifecta, the Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's little triangle we go through.
I like that.
And a lot of people, I'll be honest with you, a lot of people struggle through that time, man. You know, as simple as, man, I wish someone would just say hi to me, bro.
Right.
You know what I mean? That's what got me fucking sober and clean, man. You know what I mean? Saying, like, one guy told me hi, you know, I had 14 days. And I was like, fuck it. Nobody's saying hi to me and whatever. I'm like, fuck it, dog. I'm going to go back out. And sure enough, one person told me hi. And it was that simple, and that was it, man. I mean, it meant the world to me, man. So, you know, sometimes having simplicity in your life isn't the lack of having things. It's seeing exactly the meaning that you have in the shit you got.
Ooh.
Simple, man. Simple. Like, you know, we have, I do all this shit on my own, man. You know, it's not like I have a big production and whatever for this podcast. But it's enough. It's simple. You know what I mean? And you know what's so funny, bro? I still remember the first podcast we did. If anybody has ever got on Spotify, How Long Life Is on Spotify, it's like the first year, and then we stopped doing it. We just did it on YouTube. But I remember the first one, bro. It was raining.
Yes.
And you were at your house, and we're like, we had tested it the day before. We got it, bro. And I'm gonna record it on my laptop, blah blah. And then the rain just fucked everything off.
Yes.
You couldn't come, and then I had to call you, and it was all audio, bro. And it was like, fuck it, let's make it happen, dude. Like, let's just fuck it, dog. Like, you know what I mean? Because I had told clients, like, hey, dog, it's coming out, bro. I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna make it happen. And then we had technical difficulties and whatever, like 2 hours. I remember 2 hours trying to figure this shit out.
Sound
didn't, I couldn't record them and whatever, and it was just whatever. And then it got to the point where I was like, fuck it, let's just keep it simple, bro. Let's record it and throw it on Spotify. Fuck it, we'll figure the video later. And that's what we did for like the first, almost the first year, actually.
It was just nothing but audio.
It was it was just audio, and then I started getting the recording in audio, and then I stopped doing the audio and just did the YouTube. I stopped doing the Spotify shit. And that was it. It was just two of us talking, trying to figure it out, dude.
Yeah, because we had no idea.
No idea, man.
Yep.
But those little, like, if you ever see any show or whatever, right? Like, you always see people like, remember when it was the simpler times? Yeah. Well, why can't you fucking make simpler times now? Just because you're older and you got more shit going on doesn't mean you can't simplify your life. You know what I mean? Don't complicate the fuck out of this, man. Try to figure out what's complicating your life right now and not letting you enjoy it. What is lacking in that shit? Right. What in your life that you are doing to you does not make you enjoy your life because you feel like it's too fucking complicated? If you can find out what the fuck that is and unblock that dam, I'm telling you right now, man, you'd have a greater life. You'd be able to howl a little bit better. Ooh, yes. There's some people that struggle to howl and shit, well, my life sucks. Well, what are you doing that's making your life suck, bro? Because it ain't nobody but you. Don't blame the tariffs and the president, the ICE, and all this other bullshit.
Yeah, exactly.
Bro, look at that. A lot of that shit ain't got shit to do with me, dog. I'll be honest with you, okay?
I don't know.
But at the same time, wherever you're at in your corner of your fucking world or whatever's going on, why isn't the simplicity of why aren't you adding some simplicity where you can be more grateful for what you got? Ooh. You know what I mean? You got to figure that out because that's a you problem. You know what I mean?
Right.
I mean, a lot of us we can't figure that shit out because we're always trying to blame a villain in the story when it's like, dude, it's your story.
Yes.
Like, why don't you rewrite the fucking story, dog? Like, why don't you make it simpler? You got toxic people around you, people that just fucking talk the side of their neck. Let these motherfuckers go. Get some real motherfucking wolves in your life. Get some monsters. Get a monster squad, dog. You know what I mean? Get some real solid motherfuckers in your life. You're stressing about shit, then find this fucking solution, man. Get yourself in and stop worrying about the problem. Try to figure out what the solution is. Yes. Well, I can't fucking find it. Then fucking talk to motherfuckers, dog. If you have people in your life that can't help you find a solution, they're the wrong people in your life, man.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that simple. Job sucks. Well, if you ain't liking your job, are you doing anything so you can get the fuck out of that job? Whether it's another job or some school or doing something, well, I don't have time. Then why don't you have time? What is making your life so fucking busy? Because we can trade fucking apples to oranges, motherfucker, and I do a lot of shit, man, okay? And I'm still making it happen, Captain. You know what I'm saying?
Of course.
So what is it, man? Is it you scared to move shit around because you're used to the fucking chaos? Are you used to the fucking damage? Are you used to the fucking stress? Because stress is just fucking debilitating, motherfucker. It ain't a motivation, dog. You know what I'm saying? I work better under pressure. Scientifically, that's a bullshit fucking fact. Ooh. Scientifically, they have proven that trying to like procrastinate and hurry the fuck up, do shit actually fucks you up. Ooh, mentally, emotionally, physically, okay? That's why people get all anxiety. Oh, I can't do it.
I have a panic attack.
You know what I mean? So if you're not able to find some simplicity in your life, man, try to figure out what the fuck's complicating it. And if you don't have the answers, then reach out. It's that fucking simple, man. You know what I mean? Chat GPT your life, bro. The fucker, like, do something, dog. AI that shit or something, bro. Yeah. Try to figure out what it is, man, because I'll be honest with you. Like, I see some people that they barely have shit and they're the most happiest motherfuckers ever. Yes. Or even people that have so much shit and they're still fucking just simple in the way they handle their shit. Yeah. And they're just so happy, man. And I used to hate those people. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like smiling every day. But like in here, it's smiling every day.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And so try to figure out what that simplicity is, y'all, okay? For yourself. What you can do. All right, y'all, let's go ahead and strip this up right there. Just want to get a little topic in there just because I care about y'all and I love y'all right there. And spread the word, man, you know what I mean, about this podcast. Because I want everybody to get through the holiday season, man. You know what I mean? Like, we're pretty blessed. You know what I'm saying? So let's go ahead and switch this up. That's all we got. We got just some announcements going on. You can always follow me on my social media. That's Big Adrian Lopez on Facebook. Big Adrian, all one word. Also on Instagram, you got Big Daddy L714, Wolf Daddy 714, and Big Adrian Comedy, okay? So you can always reach out to me or whatever. And then, Frankie, where can they reach you, sir?
You guys can reach me on Instagram under Franklin Portillo 82. Or you guys can hit me up also, too, on Facebook under Franklin Portillo.
There you go. Look at that. There's all the social media stuff.
Yes.
Big announcement. We'll go ahead and put it to. Look at that. Remember, on January, let me get the fucking thing because I even forgot.
Was it
January 18th, the Wolfman of comedy, me, Big Adrian, I will be performing in Hollywood. I'll be headlining. I'll be doing a 24-minute set. headlining out in Hollywood. The details will still be coming next month, but pay attention to this podcast or my social media. Make sure the flyers will be out and all that kind of good stuff, but make sure you can see if you can make it. It's on a Sunday night from 6 to 7:30 in Hollywood, okay? So please make sure to see if you can make it. It'd be great to see you all there. Of course, I'll be there.
Calendar ready.
I'll be there fucking doing the pictures and all that stuff and all that kind of good stuff. But January, when I say 18th, something like that. All right, Sunday, January 18th, 6 p.m. in Hollywood. I'll be performing, and thank you for everybody that went to my last show, but we will be having another one. So the flyer will be coming out soon. Yes. When it does, just make sure you check out my social media, and I will let you know the details as well when that comes out. So thank you, everybody, for that announcement right there. All right. All right, so just a little bit of a notice here, I guess. The week of Christmas, since Christmas is on a Thursday, I'll be gone from Thursday to Monday. I'll be out Vegas with the folks and fam celebrating, okay? I'll be out, gone for 5 days. I will be doing the podcast the Monday after Christmas. So if you're available, Frankie, you can come through. The Monday after Christmas, we'll be having the Christmas follow-up. We'll be doing like a Christmas thing before that for sure. Yes. But I'll be gone Christmas and a few days after that. But one of the things is that we'll be doing the podcast the day after the Monday after Christmas. Okay, so don't worry, it'll be out, and there'll be a lot of stuff to discuss and all that kind of good stuff. But I'll be out and about. So just to let you know that is happening. Okay, but if you can't, like I said, if you can make it to that January 18th show, please make sure you do. I will probably be shooting the podcast a little early that day, so that I can get the podcast out of the way and then go and just enjoy the show and do all I gotta do. Oh yeah! All new set, by the way. Every time I'm up there, all new set, man. New set, man. We'll be talking about New Year's resolutions, all that kind of good stuff, and kind of getting everybody squared up to some laughter for the beginning of the year. So if you can make it, it'd be great to do it.
Wolfpack, if you have not gone out, please go watch him, dude. He is funny as fuck, and we enjoy his show. You get a laugh, you get a kick. Trust me, if you ain't doing nothing that Sunday, come out and fucking join us. You will have a fucking blast.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that too, dude. I had my coworkers, they went to go to the park one that I did or something like that, like whatever. And they're like, "You're funny." I'm like, "Thanks." Like, the fuck? Like, yeah, I've been doing this for a while. Like, but you're funny. Like, everybody always like, "Hey, bro, you're actually funny."
Like, they don't think you're funny.
No, I had some clients that went there, members, we call them members, that went there, and they're like, "Dude, you're funny." I'm like, again, yes, I know. Well, no, like, you're funny when you do groups and stuff, and when you talk, whatever. But like, when you're just, that's all you're focusing on, like, you are funny. And I'm like, well, I try not to say that I'm funny because, I can always improve, and work. That's work mode for me. You know what I'm saying? But when people are like, "Dude, you're funny," oh my god, and you sing too. That was hilarious. That old lady.
That old lady, remember?
Yeah, she was all in there, man. I wish I would have recorded it. My bad. I'm gonna try to record this next one, but I totally forgot to record it.
You were like,
oh, girl, so there'll be a little more of that in there and stuff like that. I kind of pulled it out, but if you can, show up to the show for sure, everybody. Right?
Please go.
So funny, so fucking funny. Yeah. So let's get into this bad boy. We'll do some movie review to kind of end up the episode here. A couple good movies that are here. So I gotta let everybody know there's a couple movies that I've seen on streaming and then in the theaters. Okay, so first of all, I want to let everybody know that there's a movie called Vicious. It's with Dakota Fanning. Okay. It's a really good movie, except for the end kind of sucked. But it's a really good movie. It's a scary movie for sure. But man, there's a lot of like suspense and thriller in it, whatever, and it's just it's insane, bro. If you could find it, I believe it's on Hulu, I think. Okay. Just look it up, Vicious. It's a really good movie. 2 Pop-Prints up. Dakota Fanning. It's pretty much just like a very limited cast. Okay. But that's all it needs. Apparently, Dakota Fanning gets a box from some old lady. She goes, "You're gonna die tonight."
I see that trailer.
Okay, yeah, that one. I saw it. It's a really good movie. The ending kind of sucked, but
I thought it was gonna be a show. They said it was gonna be a show. No.
No. It's a movie. But it's a really good movie. If you have any chance to see it, please make sure you do see it. It's fucking great. It's a great thing. So me and Spooky went to go on Thanksgiving to go watch Now You See Me, Now You Don't. I believe it's the 3rd installment of the Now You See Me Magician, whatever.
Okay, you saw that one?
Yeah, I'll give it 1 paw print up. I was kind of disappointed with it. To be honest with you.
Really, bro?
Yeah, so I'm a fan of these movies.
Yes,
I watched the first and the second one, the first and the second one, first and the second one. I even rewatched. She actually downloaded and paid to watch the second one, so that we can get kind of up, like kind of like current. because they haven't done one of these movies in a while.
Yes.
So when I saw the second one, I was, dude, expectations. My expectation was up here because I really did love the first one. The second was good, but the first one was like nothing like that.
The first one's always the better.
The premise, man, was fucking fantastic.
Yeah.
This one kind of was lacking a little bit for me. They spent a lot of time with the younger magicians versus the older magicians, and there's that kind of bullshit dynamic, which is stupid. They're gonna work together anyway, but it's the younger generation thinking they're better than the older generation. The older generation trying to prove themselves to the younger generation, whatever. Just fucking clock that motherfucker, dog. Just, I don't know. Here, abracadabra, bitch, pop. You know what I mean, or whatever. There was a lot of time spent on that, and then like the magic tricks weren't like that great, and then you ended up, you know, one of the guys kind of like was in charge of setting it all up, and it was just a pain in the ass. They could have done better. I was expecting more from the magicians because they brought all the 5 horsemen back.
Oh yeah.
So the 2 different girls for the both movies, they brought them back, blah, 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 all that stuff. So that was really great.
Okay.
But I just kind of left like, it was a good movie, but like I wasn't wowed about it. You know what I mean? Like as much as I was waiting for it and like, oh my God, it's gonna be so good.
Okay.
It wasn't that, like, you know what I mean? Like, especially since I just saw the second one and the first one. It just was lacking for me, to be honest with you. Like, I could have waited. You know what I mean? I could have waited for it to come out. It was like, that was it. Okay. One Popper Up, it was a good movie, but it just wasn't as good as it could have been for me personally.
Okay.
So that's where you know what's so funny? They had posted on Facebook, and I even put like, you know what? Not as good as the first one. I wasn't wowed. Low, like, and you know what I mean? Whatever. Because I had to comment. It was just whatever. Yeah, but I was disappointed a little bit. They could have done better for sure. Now. Frankie and me went on a double feature day today at the AMC. Again, we're not sponsored by AMC, but it would be great if we were.
Yes.
But we used our movie passes and went to a double feature. Now, one of them, so we went to go see Running Man and then Badlands Predator Badlands.
Yes.
He's seen Predator Badlands. I've seen Running Man. So we're kind of showing each other the movies that we've seen. So I'll start with him because I've done the reviews before. So what did you think of Running Man?
Running Man, dude. Running Man, honestly, I thought it was really good. You know, nothing. I kind of like the fact that they made Arnold come out on that bill.
Oh yeah. They threw a nod at it, but it was its own movie. It wasn't a reboot. It wasn't a remake of the other one. No, it was its own Running Man thing. A great concept, by the way.
Yes, like he said, great concept. It wasn't connected to, you know, the one Arnold made in the 80s and nothing like that. It was his own story. Great fucking story. Liked it. Liked the fucking villain that, you know, Josh Brolin played in. You know, the whole movie, you know, the concept of the Running Man, you know, and the storyline and all that. The twist, I like. The whole, they're in the future, the little camera. I mean, dude, the whole movie was good. There was a couple parts where I did, you know, I was nodding off and I kept waking up because there were sounds, there were fighting, action, and all that kind of stuff. But all in all, great fucking movie. I thoroughly enjoyed it. A lot of action. Love the story plot, you know what I mean? And the little twist that they do. And like they were, you know, the whole scenery thing. I thought it was really great. Great actor, Glenn Powell. 2 paw prints up, I would say.
Oh, look at that. 2 paw prints up. I agree. I like them. I really like the movie.
Yes.
I like that fact that they didn't do like a remake. It was its own fucking storyline.
Honestly, I thought they were gonna connect it to
its own movie, dog.
Yes.
I love when they do that.
Yeah.
It was a good movie too.
Yeah.
But this fucking Glenn Powell is too fucking like ripped. He is too good looking in a towel. I was talking to Frankie because there's a scene where he's like
hanging,
about to get in the shower, but he has a towel and he has to run and blah blah. And he's hanging off the building. I go, that towel hasn't fallen yet, bro. I take like 2-3 steps, that motherfucker falls quick. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like tucking it in my love handles and shit, and my locas under my belly flaps. I don't. Fuck, this guy's all fucking dangling off building. The motherfucker didn't fall. I know. Really? Okay. Okay, I get it. So yeah, it's a great movie. Second movie we did see though, this is the only drum roll I got, so that's what we're using. Was Predator Badlands. 2 paw prints way the hell up. That was great. Frankie actually stayed awake.
Yes.
I kept on looking over and he went like, he goes, no. My movie. Great movie. Not what I expected. I expected it to just be the alien part, but there was a lot of family dynamic, chosen family dynamic, some heartfelt stuff, some funny stuff, some cute stuff. Like, it was a really good movie overall, bro. Like, it was not what I expected it to be, and I love when it's like that. It actually was like, yeah, it's a good movie. Like, honestly, I even took a Spooky Bitch, like, well, you'd actually like it. She goes, really? I go, you actually would, dude. It's got a little, couple
cute, it's funny.
a couple different themes in there. It's not just an action guy film.
No.
It's got another Fanning. Elle Fanning is in this movie, and she kind of brings that little heartfelt and about family and chosen family kind of shit dynamic. Great movie. I love the fact they did it. I love the fact there's like a cliffhanger for another one, which is great. But they've been doing a lot of really good jobs with these Predator movies lately, man. Like Prey, that cartoon one, this one. Doing a great, fantastic job with it for sure. Because I started getting burned out of like Alien vs Predator and Alien vs Predator. We get it. We get it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we've been fighting for thousands of years. We'll fucking stop. But this one was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. If you have a chance to kind of see it, I think it's kind of going to go streaming pretty soon.
Yeah.
Get out of the theaters because there's a lot of movies coming out for sure.
Yes.
But man, that was cool. That was cool to end the day right there.
Yeah, dude. Honestly, it was a good movie. Like you said, it was great. I thoroughly enjoyed it. 2 paw prints up. The start from finish. You know what I mean? It was actions, heartfelt, heartwarming. You know what I mean? Chosen family, like he said, dynamics and all that kind of stuff. So all in all together, like I even said, like I did not expect this. Like just by looking at the trailer, I was like, oh, it's gonna be badass. Just fucking him killing people, monsters, and all that shit. But dude, there was more than that to the movie.
Yeah, I don't want to give it away too much for everybody, but you got to see it. But like, there's a lot of different themes, like a lot of humanity, a lot of what strength really means versus weakness,
and a great imagination. The people that made it,
man. Right? Yeah, some of these fucking on that planet that he's on, man, just fuck, dude. I'm like, really?
Yes,
really. I'm like, wow, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Great job. They did a great job with it for sure. I like the fact that they did that.
I like the fact that they shot it in New Zealand, man.
Yeah, great, beautiful fucking country.
Beautiful country, man. There was those scenes where they were like walking around or whatever, and you just see the whole beautiful fucking just mountains, green grass.
Well, I think the guy's from New Zealand, right? That plays the creature or something. He's from New Zealand or something. Big yoke motherfucker.
Yeah.
But yeah, it had some humor, it had some light in it, whatever. Like I said, it was a good movie, man. More than I thought it would be. It had a lot of different dynamics, so I really enjoyed that. Hey, everybody, that's all we got for you today, y'all. Look at that.
Yes, we'll pack.
So as we're kind of wrapping up November, actually, right? Monday will be December. We're in the last month of the year, man. We'll be talking about some topics for next month. That kind of good stuff. But hey, I just want to let everybody know, man. Make sure you, like I said, you listen, you like, comment, and share. Make sure you do that for us. And have a good, happy December, man. Like I said, I'll be popping this out tonight. And then I'll be off tomorrow. And then we're back to it fucking again Monday. So, hey, thanks for joining us for another episode. We're going to go ahead and finish this off like we always do, everybody. See you next time.